Got all that one out. Okay. Smells so good. I drank a glass of this coconut water this morning before my workout. Coconut water has electrolytes, antioxidants, all kinds of nutrients in it. It is like the ultimate sports drink, and it's natural, right in our backyard. It's awesome. That was nuts. I've never seen a cobia that big. Oh my god. So what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jacki Shea, just in case you're new here. And I'm home in Florida, kind of showing some interest in a new hobby, I guess is what you could call it. And that is harvesting my own coconuts from this coconut tree. Yeah, get a good picture of that. Beautiful tree, which we actually grew from a coconut. So that tree is probably about 15 years old.
I'll have to verify that.
Okay, not 100% sure on the age of the tree, but about 15 years old. And we grew that from a coconut. You can see how big it is now. And we get coconuts off it all the time. I've recently been drinking a lot of coconut milk, coconut water, and I figured why not harvest my own right from my backyard. It's actually really easy. So let me show you how I do it. This isn't even half of the coconuts we got off that tree. I'll also put a picture in there of the guy cutting them down. We had someone come chop them down for us because I can't climb up that high. And I probably hurt myself. But this isn't even half the coconuts. This is just one bunch that came off this tree. We got quite a few right here. Plenty of coconuts for coconut water, coconut milk. You can eat the meat of the coconuts, all kinds of cool stuff, which I'll be showing in future videos. What I'm doing today is I'm harvesting the meat and the coconut water from the coconut. And there's so many different ways to clean a coconut. So far, I like the primitive method. We were using power tools the other night to get them open really easily, but I just got this knife. It's an SOG Kukri Sogfari knife. I think the blade is 13 inches long. It's like a machete style blade. And it's got a serrated saw on one side and this little thing on the back. Just good for different stuff. It just feels really good. For me, it feels heavy enough that I can use the force to chop the coconut, but not so heavy that I can't hold it and use it for very long. So I'm going to picking a coconut. So there's different stages of maturity in coconuts. And I think for coconut water, you want the young green coconuts. These look about middle-aged, like medium maturity level coconuts, which is also great for water and meat. Typically in the younger coconuts, the meat isn't as thick and firm, so it's not as good for eating or making stuff with. You can still eat it though, and you get great sweet water out of the young coconuts. Great water also out of the medium maturity level coconuts too. Older coconuts have less water but thicker meat inside. So I just emptied 2 coconuts here. I got this much coconut water from 2. Some of them have more water in them than others, but I'm going to pick one right now. So some, if you shake them, you can hear the water in them. Some you can't. That doesn't mean there's no water in it. That actually means there's probably more water in it, because the more room there is for the water to slosh around, the less water there is, which will make more of a watery shaking noise. So this one, I can barely hear the water, but it's heavy. It feels solid, doesn't smell, it doesn't have any broken cracks or holes in it. So this should be a really good coconut to get water from, and meat hopefully. So let me show you how I start out opening the coconut. The coconut has a typical shape to it. Or what? No! What is he barking at? Jeez. All kinds of animals outside right now. There's fish jumping, there's birds chirping, and my dog is barking. Tucker! So, Tucker, stop! No! No! So, the typical shape of a coconut. It has this little kind of hole right here, and that's where the coconut attaches to the tree. And then it kind of goes into like a cone or like a pointy side, and that's the back side, and that's the side we're going to start chopping off first. And you can do this on the ground, or if you're really good, you can hold it in your hand and just go at it. But that's if you're really advanced. Be very careful.
Putting on the show, man.
Or you can use like a tree stump to chop your coconut on. I'm just going to do it on the ground. I don't have a tree stump. So you want to angle your blade down like this way with the coconut and just let it swing and chop down on the coconut. And you're going to do that all the way around the tip of this coconut. It's really hot out here. I'm sweating. I just did the last one so good. It's probably because I'm on camera now. Can you see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there you can see the nut right there. The brown nut inside. Alright, so I made it to that's the meat right there. That brown is the brown coconut. So you can get to the water now really easily. All you do is take the tip of your knife, punch a little hole. See the water right there? And then you bring it to your cup or your container, you're going to pour it in. See how much water that one had in it? We didn't hear the water when we shook it because the water, see, this is one that I finished earlier. This is what's inside of each one of these coconuts. This is kind of what you buy at the store when you buy a coconut. And this is the space inside where the water is. So if there's more water, there's less room for it to slosh around when you shake it. And then this is the meat inside. And this one now, this is pretty. This one now I have to work on chopping off the husk, and that's all this stuff around here to get to my nut, which will make it easier for me to harvest this meat out. So now I gotta work on chopping the husk. It's really hot out here. That's just why I'm wearing my bikini. It's summer in Florida. I'm going to finish chopping a few more of these to get some more water in my jar. And then I'll show you how I get the husk off to get the nut out so I can harvest the meat. That's so fun. Look how much was in that one. Wow. So much in that one. That was great. Okay. See, I can hear the water in this one. Okay, so this one, I can't hear any water. It does have some cuts in the husk right here, but it should still be okay. It doesn't smell. It's got a nice feel to it when you smack it. It should feel like, kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it.
Kind of like a watermelon?
Yeah, kind of like a watermelon. Smack a good watermelon. Can't hear any water, so we're gonna crack this one open and see how the water is, even though it's got these two cuts right here. Let's just see how it looks. You never know. See, I'm angling my coconut down, angling my knife diagonally, so you're kind of keeping with that cone. Even if you're, you know, a little weak like me, you see the pros, they just do one chop and they chop like the whole top off. I'm not that strong or that experienced yet with my machete, so even chipping away at the husk like this really helps. Once you get the skin away, it really helps you chop it a lot easier once you get that hard, tough skin off. So I like to kind of chip away at it, and then I can easily chop that husk with no skin. Right there. See, I'm still a little shy. There we go. So a good way to test your coconut for, you know, to see if it's good or bad is to smell it. So this one smells a little sour. I don't really like the way it smells.
Put it up to the camera.
And it doesn't look like there's any water in there. There's no water in this one. So he's dried out. That meat's no good probably. It doesn't smell very good, so we're gonna toss this one, unfortunately.
I wonder why.
Probably because the cuts in that husk there somehow made the water evaporate out or something. I don't know. I'm getting dirty and sweaty. Because that closed coconut, it preserves that water and that meat in there like that. So once it's open to exposed to the air and the environment, it's no good anymore unless you eat it or drink it right away.
Okay.
Let's try this one. This looks like a really young one. Don't hear the water. Has like no brown on it. It's kind of yellowish, but super green. Oh, busted it. Shit. Oh, where is this? There it is. Okay, I don't know how much water came out of that one, but let's see. Yeah, this one smells really good. Nice and sweet. Oh, maybe the water can't come out. Weird. Must be a small nut in there. The water smells really good. Oh my gosh, there's so much water in it. Oh my gosh, wow. Smells so good. I drank a glass of this coconut water this morning before my workout. Coconut water has electrolytes, antioxidants, all kinds of nutrients in it. It is like the ultimate sports drink, and it's natural, right in our backyard. It's awesome. So it's a great during workout and post-workout drink, or if you're getting dehydrated at the beach, or if you're on the boat out fishing, bring a bottle of coconut water with you and you've got everything you need. You don't need that sugary Gatorade or Powerade. So now I'm gonna start getting these husks off so we can get to the meat. All right? So this is the part that's kind of tedious and it sucks, at least for me at my level of coconut husking. This is what makes all this mess right here. So you just gotta get all this stuff off. And it's good to put the coconut upright like this and then go down like you would kind of peel a pineapple or cut a pineapple. Just chip away at the husk. There is such a swing to a machete. Like, I can tell when I have a good machete swing and when I don't. It's like a very kind of free movement. You gotta just let the knife move you. You can't have too much control of the knife, I feel like. But be careful, you know, with your fingers, obviously. I'm still being really careful with mine. This husk is coming away really easily.
Now, why do you want to get to the nut? Why can't we just cut it in half right from here?
You can. It's just easier to get the nut shell apart when the husk isn't attached to it. And you want to be able to break that shell apart so you can carve that meat out. Okay. So, get a little bit more off. I need to get a hammer. Let me get one. So I just have a regular hammer, you know, basic hammer. And between these three lines, you're going to do a tap with using the edge of your hammer. Tap, tap, and then that should break away the shell from the top. So, there we go. Alright. See, it started to break away a little bit, but not in the spot that I really wanted, but...
Ooh, that was good.
There's the inside of that little coconut. That's good meat. Beautiful, white, fatty, good healthy fats, fiber, all kinds of vitamins and minerals. This is gonna make great coconut milk. Once you get this all cracked, I'd like to probably crack this into a few more pieces because you'll see you're gonna take, you know, a little blade or a butter knife and wedge it between the meat and the shell and keep wedging your way to pop that meat out of that shell. And it's easier to do in a smaller piece like this than in a big piece like this. So you can crush it into a few more pieces. So that was good. Look at that. Broke that shell right off. That meat will be easy to get out. So that's, you know, you just want to crack that shell, crack that off. All this is good. That nice piece of clean coconut meat. So you kind of get the idea of removing that shell and breaking this meat away from the shell. And there's beautiful, clean chunk of coconut meat. That's awesome. I have a lot more work to do. I'm going to finish up the rest of these coconuts here and get my water going, and then hopefully in a future video I'll be able to show you guys how I store my coconut water and how I make coconut milk and all kinds of other really delicious coconut recipes and stuff like that. If you like this video, hit the like, hit the thumbs up button. It really supports my channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. The bell notification too, if you want to be notified when I have a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next video.